Hey guys, it's Crystal Lee Moore Lucier here, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Crystal Lee Moore. This is Realtor Life, and I am so happy you're here. Okay, so let's hop right in, guys. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I am coming off of a cold. Thank you to our son for giving it to me. Um, the thing is, colds have been going around, every year for our whole lives. And every year it knocks people out. And even when we try, we try to separate in the house, and still the germs just float around and they get into our systems, and it can be really, really annoying. And so some of my colleagues have been out for weeks, and it really is a frustrating thing. So I went old school. What I used to do when I got sick, I'd go to the gym, I would sweat it out, I'd do the sauna, I would do workouts, and I would just get rid of it. So I decided to bring that back because I don't know about you guys, I don't have time to be sick right now. And so that's exactly what I did. I rested. So I did have to miss out on a really cool event, but I rested. And then I um, ended up taking vitamin C. I ended up doing a workout. I had a sauna, another sauna, more rest, more vitamin C. And all of a sudden, my cold, which could have taken me out for quite a few days, boom, gone. Almost gone. You don't want to anger the cold because it is cold season, and it is the season of the cold. So don't mess with it. I did get my flu shot this year though. So I do big recommend on the flu shot. Thank you to Shoppers Drug Mart for providing it to me. And next year we're going to go to Coulter's Pharmacy here in London. Very big recommend. But when I had been at Shoppers, they happened to have a flu clinic. I was there, I got it, and then here we are. So, the biohacking, I think, is a big deal. As we go, being an entrepreneur, energy, us, like we've talked about this is everything, right? So I was just really fortunate. We're going to have it coming out in, I think, a month or two, but I just had a really great conversation with Paul Rushforth from Ottawa, and we were talking about mindset. And the thing is, if your body's not right or your mind's not right, you can't provide what you need to provide to your clients, right? It just doesn't work. And so it's really important to make sure you're doing the right things. That includes getting fresh air, trying to get some exercise in, trying to sleep, making sure you're drinking enough water. Because as we get busy, we've all been there. You're driving from showing to showing, you're doing this listing, that listing, you're eating in your car. You need to give yourself some time. And I know some colleagues who have kind of been forced to take the time because what happened? They ended up with burnout. And if you get burnout, your body decides that you're out, you are out. And for weeks sometimes. So make sure that you are taking the time. And for mental health wise, you can double team it. You can do a walk outside and listen to something great. So I have mentioned I'm doing the Best Life 30 challenge with Evan Carmichael. I believe when I'm recording this, I'm on day 23, which is pretty cool. Um, and it is a 30-day challenge, but the key is you're supposed to go outside and listen. There are some days, guys, so I'm a little bit of a princess when it comes to rain. I will do snow, I will do sun. Wind, meh, I don't love wind, but I really don't love rain, right? It's just not refreshing. I understand there are people out there, and all the love to you. If you're like, I love going outside and then feeling like a cold shower descended upon me. And if that's you, love. That is not me though. And so I will take the snow, I'll take the sun, I'll take the cold, whatever it is. But either way, it's that fresh air, that vitamin D getting on your skin, wear sunscreen, but getting on your skin, and then just continuing on with the day. Same thing. If you have a chance to read, try to read 10 pages a day of a motivational business, personal development book. We spend a lot of time scrolling on our phones, a lot of time on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. What are you putting into your heads? And the thing is, your body is not to get all woo woo, but your body's your vessel, right? So if you are not eating properly, you're not resting, you're not working out, if you're not putting the right things in your mind, how are you supposed to operate at like the maximum level? Right? Right? And big shout out to Sonia in Guelph. Sonia's amazing, and she did my hair again. And I'm actually, the red is back, guys. So yay. Okay. Now the other thing, Carpe Diem. Say Carpe Diem. What does that mean? It means seize the day. So when we're saying seize the day, what does that even like? Is it just like a generic thing to say? Yes, but also sometimes you just do it. Like on Sunday, I decided to go for a walk in the sun. It was beautiful. Listened to my Best Life 30, and then my husband and I popped into the hot tub. Now, did I have time to pop into the hot tub? Not really. But to go and just sit, have a coffee, have the sun on us, it felt like being on a like mini vacation, and it was amazing. When later on that day I was thinking about it and I was like, we could have skipped that. We could have said, you know what, we just don't have time. We're not going to do it. And it wouldn't have really changed anything except every single day you have a choice to live the life that you want, or you have a choice to not do the things you want and then kind of be sad that you didn't do them. Right. And so at the end of the day, I was really happy that we did it. And it was a gorgeous day, especially after like snow and rain and yuck. So do something that makes you happy, whether it's laughing. I know I've mentioned laughter session, laughter yoga. So if you're interested in doing a laughter session, stay with me. It sounds crazy, but a girl that I know, a friend of mine, Jenna Goodhand, does these laughter sessions. She calls it laughter yoga, but it's not yoga. So you get on with a bunch of strangers and she guides you through for half an hour these laughter exercises. And you do feel silly, except everyone else is doing it too. So you don't feel silly. And by the end, your body is just like the endorphins are rolling. It's amazing. Level up tip. I actually took Evan Carmichael's advice. So I have a trampoline in my office that I actually stand on for some Zoom meetings and for 100% of the laughter meetings. So I'm on my trampoline. Now I'm not like bouncing obnoxiously, but it's just a cool way. You're standing there, it's amazing. Um, so that's the Carpe Diem side. And then just make sure that you're doing the things that might bring your cortisol down. So I just had a really great call in Lead Tribes. So Lead Tribes I've mentioned is a networking that I brought my group into Lead Tribes. Um, Linda Walters started it, and there's different tribes in every city. So I think there's St. Catharines, Guelph just opened. There is Scarborough, Durham, Toronto, Oakville, Burlington. I'm missing some, but there's a lot of really cool ones. Um, and one of the things that we do is we connect. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't remember why I brought that up actually. So, but anyways, Lead Tribes is amazing. But when we're connecting with each other day to day, it can be really great. I do remember now. So what we did was we were on a Zoom call. So the Zoom call was actually for women over 40. Guys, if you're listening, still stay on. We're not gonna get all like menopause talk, but the call was actually about women's health. And it's really important because most research is done for men. So, men, you can listen and support the women in your life. But basically, it was a really cool gathering just to give information. And it was talking about the importance of strength training, of bringing that cortisol down, which is the whole reason I just brought it up. Making sure that your nutrition is on point. Because as you get older, many of us, including myself, thought that when we turned 40, everything would be fine. And all the people that were complaining about turning 40 were just like, I don't know, not focused. And turns out they were all just dealing with it. And now we're dealing with it too. So if you're someone that is dealing with some issues over the age of 40, or you know people over the age of 40, women who are dealing with stuff, just know you're not alone. Reach out to me. I'll connect you with these ladies on Lead Tribes and we'll figure it out. But anything that can bring that cortisol down, especially in like real estate spring, So you don't have to be feeling successful in real estate spring to be stressed out. The point is, there's one of you, and you're trying to juggle calls and figure this out and figure that out and this listing and that buyer. And you're trying to do it all. The more the stress happens, the more the cortisol rises. If you're a woman, that's going to mess up hormones. If you're a man, that's going to mess up hormones, right? Like there's a lot of people, women and men, who will actually find like weight gain, especially in the midsection from cortisol. And in your 20s and 30s, cortisol really isn't, I mean, it's probably not fantastic, but it's really not the same. When you get older, though, it becomes this like really um, annoying thing. So I had to change my workouts. I had to change how I do things. That's kind of why I think meditation and yoga has become such a thing. Laughter sessions also helpful. And then the other thing is connection. I know that it is easy to just like do a lot of things virtually. It's easy to stay inside, but connect with other people, connect with your clients, make sure you're connecting with your friends, connect with your colleagues, get outside. Someone was just telling me about this really cool thing with like walking meetings. Like you just go meet up, go for a walk. It's amazing. Go for a coffee in the park, go outside on a patio if it's not raining. But there's so many ways that you can connect. Now, if you have to connect virtually, right? Like I get it. Like, you know what? Maybe you want to connect with someone and you just don't have time for the drive. Cool. Do the virtual coffee. It's not as good as in person because you can't feel the energy of the other person, but it's better than just texting or worse, not saying anything at all. Right? So take that extra time because I know we're all racing towards this like success, but when you look back at your life, you want to see more than I just worked a lot, right? You want to be proud of what you did and the impact that you made, but also the relationships that you have and you know what? And make sure that your health is okay at the end of it. I've been talking to a lot of people lately where health has become a really big issue. And if you're not taking care of your health, um, just like with the rest of it, you can't give from an empty cup. So you cannot help people if you are not okay. So make sure that you are focusing on being okay. Um, it is everything. And I know a lot of us are dealing with like added stresses, but then there's also a barrage of information online about like supplements and do this and do that. Don't do anything without talking to a doctor. And I know that that sounds like very sure, whatever, but I would say from personal experience last year, I took supplements that should not have been taken together. And I ended up having to go to the hospital or to the clinic. I had something called a spontaneous hyphema. That means my eye, the color of my eye, started bleeding. Not kidding. It was terrifying. I had to go to the emergency eye clinic, and it turned out I was taking a bunch of supplements that were supposed to be for health and energy and blah, blah, blah. But all of them weren't, you're not supposed to take if you had low blood pressure or were taking blood thinners, which I wasn't. But because all of them said that, together they like messed up my I don't know, we still don't really know what happened, but it went away and I stopped taking the supplements. So just be careful with the information that's out there. Speak to a registered dietitian, a nutritionist, your doctor, a medical professional. um, it's important for women. If you are low on iron, again, talk to your doctor. You can talk to your pharmacist as well. They can give you something called ferritin. It is over the counter. Again, don't take it without talking to someone, but apparently it absorbs better than something you would buy on on the shelf. Um, None of this is medical advice. I'm simply saying talk to a doctor before you take anything. Um, or like better yet, I was taking all these things because I was doing so much that I was trying to get more energy. Maybe the thing I should have been doing is what I ended up doing, taking things off the plate, and focusing on what's important. Again, you want your work to be impactful and meaningful. You want to help your clients, but you also need to take care of your health. spend time with the people you love, spend time with your clients and your friends and your families, get outside, move your body, all that fun stuff. So I hope this isn't too preachy. It's just really, you know what, like, we do so much to make sure that we're successful in business. We just have to make sure that holistically all of it is working. And so make sure you're getting the rest that you need. Biohack if you need to. So if you need to like really like dig in and get better if you're sick, do it, right? There's no point in just like laying around for a few days. I used to, I think I get this from my mom, but basically it's like, don't let your body think that you're sick. So like, get a shower, wear clean clothes, change your sheets. Like, you don't need to, your body doesn't need to think it's time to be sick. It's time to get better. Carpe diem, right? So just seize the day and then just remember like meditate, focus, figure it all out. We're always all figuring it all out. It is different for everyone. That is, the more people I talk to, the more I learn. We're all figuring it all out. But ultimately, we have one body, we have one life, and let's do the very, very best we can with it. Guys, it's a shorter episode today, but thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous week, and I will see you next time. This is Crystal Lee Lucier, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Crystal Lee. See you guys later.